MELEKIYM, SHENIY. 2 Kings 5. Now Naaman, captain of the hosts of the king of Aram, was a great man with his master and honorable, because by him Yahuwah had given deliverance unto Aram. He was also a mighty man in valor, but he was a leper. And the Aramean had gone out by companies, and had brought away captive out of the land of Yasharel a little maid, and she waited on Naaman's woman. And she said unto her mistress, Would to Elohim my Lord were with the prophet that is in Shomeron, for he would recover him of his leprosy. And one went in and told his Lord, saying, Thus and thus said the maid that is of the land of Yasharel. And the king of Aram said, Go, and I will send a CEPHER unto the king of Yasharel. And he departed, and took with him 10 talents of silver, and 6,000 pieces of gold, and 10 changes of raiment. And he brought the CEPHER to the king of Yasharel, saying, Now when this CEPHER is come unto you, behold, I have therewith sent Naaman my servant to you, that you may recover him of his leprosy. And it came to pass, when the king of Yasharel had read the CEPHER, that he rent his clothes and said, Am I Elohim, to kill and to make alive, that this man sends unto me to recover a man of his leprosy? Wherefore consider, I pray you, and see how he seeks a quarrel against me. And it was so, when Elisha the man of Elohim had heard that the king of Yasharel had rent his clothes, that he sent to the king, saying, Wherefore have you rent your clothes? Let him come now to me, and he shall know that there is a prophet in Yasharel. So Naaman came with his horses and with his chariot, and stood at the door of the house of Elisha. And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall come again to you, and you shall be clean. But Naaman was wroth, and went away, and said, Behold, I thought, he will surely come out to me, and stand, and call on the name of Yahuwah Elohim, and strike his hand over the place, and recover the leper. Are not Abana and Parper, rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Yasharel? May I not wash in them, and be clean? So he turned, and went away in a rage. And his servants came near, and spoke unto him, and said, My father, if the prophet had bid you to do something great, would you not have done it? How much rather then, when he says to you, Wash and be clean? Then went he down, and dipped himself 7 times in the Jordan, according to the saying of the man of Elohim. And his flesh came again like unto the flesh of a little child, and he was clean. And he returned to the man of Elohim, he and all his company, and came, and stood before him. And he said, Behold, now I know that there is no Elohim in all the earth, but in Yasharel. Now therefore, I pray you, take a blessing of your servant. But he said, As Yahuwah lives, before whom I stand, I will receive none. And he urged him to take it, but he refused. And Naaman said, Shall there not then, I pray you, be given to your servant 2 mules' burden of earth? For your servant will henceforth offer neither burnt offering nor sacrifice unto other Elohim, but unto Yahuwah. In this thing Yahuwah pardon your servant, that when my master goes into the house of Rimmon to worship there, and he leans on my hand, and I bow myself in the house of Rimmon, when I bow down myself in the house of Rimmon, Yahuwah pardon your servant in this thing. And he said unto him, Go in peace. So he departed from him a little way. But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of Elohim, said, Behold, my master has spared Naaman, this Aramean, in not receiving at his hands that which he brought. But as Yahuwah lives, I will run after him, and take somewhat of him. So Gehazi followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he lighted down from the chariot to meet him, and said, Is all well? And he said, All is well. My master has sent me, saying, Behold, Even now there has come to me from Mount Ephraim 2 young men of the sons of the prophets. Give them, I pray you, a talent of silver and 2 changes of garments. And Naaman said, Be content, take 2 talents. And he urged them, and bound 2 talents of silver in 2 bags, with 2 changes of garments, and laid them upon 2 of his servants, and they bore them before him. And when he came to the tower, he took them from their hand, and bestowed them in the house, and he let the men go, and they departed. But he went in, and stood before his master. And Elisha said unto him, Whence come you, Gehazi? And he said, Your servant went nowhere. And he said unto him, Went not my heart with you, when the man turned again from his chariot to meet you? Is it a time to receive the money, and to receive garments, and olive yards, and vineyards, and sheep, and oxen, and men servants, and maid servants? The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto you, and unto your seed forever. And he went out from his presence, a leper as white as snow.